Megavanan, everybody, and welcome to the stream. My name is Talisi. There you are, and here I am. And today on MMO Monday, we're going to be doing Lord of the Rings Online. Now, we are currently at level 75. We're at max level for the server, and we're questing our way through Stangard and the Gap of Rohan. At the end of the last session, there was a world event. The Black Blade of Lebanon appeared. And I joined up with a group, and we went ahead, and multiple groups, and we went ahead and raided him down. You can look at the results of that on the last stream. But on this stream, however, we have a bunch of questing to do. And while we're getting loaded up in the game, Standing Stone Games has announced that the next couple of expansions are going to be rushed. And the reason why they're doing that is because this is about the time in the expansion cycle that things tend to slow down. A lot of people haven't been very happy with Rohan and Highbolt and some of the other areas there. So they're condensing the next couple of expansions down to about a month to 6 weeks in time instead of the normal 3-month period as to kind of rush people through them. I don't have any plans on changing my way of play, so we will probably end up and just be questing all the way through them just as normal. I don't normally do a whole lot of the Warhorse stuff in Rohan, but because I'm a hunter, I have other ways around it. So I tend to only use my Warhorse when I absolutely have to. But I've got some interesting accoutrements for my Warhorse, so we'll make them look nice and we'll still have a good time. Just as a reminder, let's take a look at the calendar for today. It looks like we've got the 18th anniversary gift is still available if you've not logged in and picked it up yet. Also, they've extended LI Reward Track 15 to the beginning of December. So that means LI Reward Track 15 has about another 30 days or so of time. We'll go ahead and clear off my rewards that I have on there. And today is the absolute last day for the Harvest Math Festival, which we're going to go to for one particular reason. That's where we're going to start. Because there is one thing that I know I have different tokens that I want to pick up. If I can afford it, there's one thing I do want to get from that. But, as always, because every day is a Hobbit's birthday, we are the fortunate ones to get the presents. So let's see what present we get today. 100 Virtue XP and a +5 Hope for 90 minutes. Now, Hope is very important, especially when dealing with the Black Blade of Lebanon and such. Hope is what helps keep you from falling into dread, and also a positive hope, because everybody starts off with 0, which is neutral. If you have more hope than you do dread, you actually get a morale bonus, a hit point bonus, and you get a damage bonus as well. So having high hope is a very important thing. And I've got some hope tokens and some sparkling Eldahorn tokens and such. So usually when I get in trouble, I'll pop one of those. All right, so let's go ahead and let's head to the party tree. So let me go ahead and let's summon my goose. Let's give him the Goose of Gondor. We'll get Brunhild to join us today. She's a nice goose. She'll quack and flap her way through Gohan to Roda.
Would you do something for me?
So we'll go ahead and pick up this. This is a VIP reward quest, by the way. I tend to do it every day.
Greetings, friend.
It lasts for 14 days. But it gives you 2 very important items. One is the subscribers buff. And what that does is it negates any item wear damage and increases all crafting so that crafting is a lot faster. And then the other thing is the subscriber town services jug, and it gives you access to all of these abilities just anywhere in the world. So this thing, you can access a shop anywhere in the world. You can access the auction house and your mail anywhere in the world. It just makes life so much easier. And it really makes being a VIP worth it. So we are going to pick up the far-ranging stables.
How can I be of service?
Let's see. Will it take me all the way to the party tree? I'm sorry, I need to check the Shire. There we go. Mickle delving. Oh, it actually will take me directly to the party tree. So we'll do that. Oh, I guess I missed it. Oh well. Oh well, Salaguer. I was going to go ahead and pick up some. The only thing is it's Becca Burdock in the token exchange. I thought I still had a little bit of time left. Oh well, next time. So let's go ahead then and head on to Stangard, because that looks like where we are questing today. And that would be right there. I wanted to pick up the broom, but I haven't had a chance to. My life outside of game has been a little on the crazy side lately. My partner has gotten a very wonderful little puppy named Barkley von Beowulf. And he's definitely been a handful as of late. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to do things, but he's good to have, he's fun to have, and he makes my partner happy, so that's what's important. Turn this down just a little bit. There we go. So this is where we are. So we're going to start off with Book 6, Chapter 7, The Enemies of Old, and I need to talk to Afik here. And if you notice, Nona is standing here. Nona has been kind of following us and the Grey Company off and on since we left La Haunch back in Dunland. And she becomes more and more a part of our story as things go forward. But right now, though, because we are in Rohan and the Dunlendings and the Raharim are kind of at war, she's having some issues trying to get into town. So this is what we're going to be dealing with here.
Who is this woman? Why does she carry a sword of my people?
You are a long way from home, stranger, and in the company of a Dunlending warrior witch, and I do not like it. Alpha glowers at you, his heavy-lidded gaze suspicious. This outpost may be beyond the borders of Rohan, but the law of Theoden King holds, and I cannot allow this warrior witch to pass unchallenged. Take that Raharic sword from her and present it to Horn atop Stangard and see what he thinks. He is young, but in matters of swordcraft and history, he is unrivaled. If he believes this woman is no threat, I will allow her to enter. Otherwise, she must remain outside the walls. She's not going to be happy with this, I can guarantee you that.
I will let you carry the sword, but do not let any of these men touch it.
This weapon may be the result of their swordcraft, but it is theirs no longer. Now it is the sword of my brother Wadu, and the chain of its heritage has been severed and made anew. Wadu's ghost wields it now. Nona studies you closely. Take it from the bag of my belongings. Bring it to this man Horn atop the village. But heed my words. Let none but you touch it, and return it to me when he is satisfied. So we will collect your sword. And and while I'm here, I need to talk to. Oh, actually, I'm carrying the sword as an item, so I need to go ahead and resolve this quest first. So we will go ahead and resolve this quest first. There we go. The other reason why I didn't go ahead and pick up that other quest is because I as you can see here, I have an item specifically carrying Nona's sword. And I don't know if the other quest will affect anything, like, transport me halfway across the continent, which some quests do, especially dealing with, Bingo Boffin. So, I'd rather not chance that. But I will not let any of them touch it.
Welcome to Stangard, such as it is. What is this sword you bear?
He reaches out for it, but you shake your head and keep it in your hands. He laughs quietly, and you tell him briefly of Nona, Wadu, and the sword. I see. This is a Rahiric sword, but it is old, very old. It strikes a memory in me, but I cannot place it. I wonder if it was fashioned before Eorl the Young came out of the Northlands? He seems to reach a decision. I want to show you something. Return this curious weapon to your friend at the gate with my regards, and tell her she is welcome to enter the village. I do not think either of you are foes. Then meet with me outside the town by the Kulthstan. It is a large statue of two figures located among the Wailing Hills west of Stangard. I think you should see it. Okay. Well, that's good. So Nona will be allowed to enter. So we will go ahead and let him know.
I have permission to enter? I will remain outside.
This village smells too much of horse and false dealing for me. But I thank you for returning Wadu's sword to me. I knew I could trust you. I am not so certain of these others.
You meet this man Horn at the Kustan. I will search elsewhere.
I have no interest in this town. These folk are the same as their brethren elsewhere and have nothing helpful to tell us. I will seek the meaning of your dream in the wild. You meet this man Horn at the Kustan, and I will search elsewhere. Where did he say it was? The Wailing Hills to the west? Now take care of yourself. Horn may seem to be a friend, but his people are treacherous, and he will prove no different. Keep him at the length of your arm. I will do that. So now we'll come over here and talk to Sabert, who is part of the, I think he's part of the Unusual Friends quest? Yes, which is the Bingo Boffin quest line. Oh, he also has the quest to Stangard also. So we'll go ahead and pick that one up first.
What brings you to these lands?
What have we here? A high elf calling at our gates during these strange times? And that starts me along the way of completing quests within Eorlsmead, which, if you look on the map, is this area here in the middle. And it looks like there's 20 quests for it to get some LOTRO points, some golden tokens of the Anduin, a title, some virtue experience, and faction. So we'll go ahead and just keep that in mind for now. So now we'll go ahead and do Unusual Friends. That is the quest for Bingo Boffin.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
You do not belong here, and your halfling companion must be even further from his home. You may have come to Stangard with a desire to see our lands, but this is not a holiday retreat. There is nothing here for you or your friend. You are not the first peculiar visitors I have turned away from this outpost. What is it that draws such unwelcome guests hither? This very morning, a rough and uncouth woman sought to give entrance to Stangard, but I turned her away, as is my duty. If you find her somewhere to the northwest, perhaps the three of you can journey with haste away from Rohan. When I last saw her, she was headed in the direction of Frithstan's camp. May the three of you find your way to some other land. Oh, what a meanie. Let's see what Bingo has to say.
Well, that was quite a rude greeting.
Perhaps the animosity between elves and the Raharim is not the result of a borrowed item unreturned after all. If this fellow does not want me to come inside, I will respect his wishes. Perhaps we should find this woman of whom he spoke, and see if she needs our help. Sabert may not care if she runs afoul of some beast, but he should feel some responsibility if it were to happen. He said she went to the northwest. Very well. And then Sabert has one other quest for us that we can go ahead and pick up while we're here, which is Hospitality in a Strange Land.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
A traveler in these parts. Very strange, but you do not look evil. Where do you hail from? What news of the lands to the west? In Rohan, guests to our homes must share our bread with us, but I'm afraid we have no bread to share. Sinred is the keeper of the food stores these days, and the food is well guarded in the lockhouse. You should speak to Sinred, and he will honor the Raharim laws of hospitality. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and head on in. We'll talk to Sinred and maybe pick up a few quests while we're here. Looks like he's to the south. Healer. There's the campsite fire that I set a bound to. That's a special bind that only the hunter class gets, if I recall correctly. And here's Sinred, who's the lockhouse guard.
Our mission is dire.
You are looking for rations, traveler? Who sent you? Stanreko Stithik? It was Sabert, you say? My apologies, but I can't give out our rations without permissions of the council. The law here are higher now than in the old laws of hospitality. You should speak with our leader, or leaders, I should say. They're in the mead hall, and Kara will let you in. Sinred seems unable to say whether food can be shared with you. Well, I don't like that. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and see what Gada has to say. Wait, this does not bode well. I'm not getting any sort of respect at all from the Rohirrim. I mean, I ride a horse. And an elk, for that matter. I should be given extra rations just because of that. Now you watch. The next time I mount up, it'll be on my hobby horse, right? Now, one of the things you're going to notice here, and this is going to definitely be a lot for Rohan, we'll be dealing a lot with mead halls and fest halls, and they're kind of the main halls that the Rohirrim tend to group in. And that's where you'll find the leadership, the mayors, and the eorls and such. We'll be mostly in mead halls, so we'll be doing a lot of scene transitions for that.
Will you aid the horse lords?
You may enter, traveler, but my captain Stangard can be found within. If it's hospitality you seek, Stangard will provide it. He is a good man. Stangard, our true leader, is within. Alas, you will likely need to hear Sitheric as well. There are troubled times at Stangard. Alright, that's interesting. I wonder... We'll see what he has to say. And I got a new deed. Explorer Stangard. So I have to discover all these places in there for LOTRO points, marks, a title, and reputation. Oh, here we go. We'll talk to Stangard.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Hail, friend. I am the captain of this outpost here in Stangard, or rather I was the captain. It is complicated now. Nevertheless, you are welcome to break bread with us as our guest. Stangard's train of thought was interrupted by another, standing nearby.
Our mission is dire.
Stangard makes me laugh. He knows full well we barely have enough bread to share among his own men. You will need to earn your bread, traveler. Stangard, this is exactly the sort of behavior that got you into this trouble to begin with. You are a fool, Stangard. Your failure to make reasonable decisions is what made my place here necessary. Psh. So we'll see what Stangard has to say.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Sitheric has been sent by Theoden King and is an advisor of Erebus. I have no power over him, and he asserts his will in all that goes on here. I am sorry that we cannot welcome you here more warmly, according to our traditions. But if you wish to do my men a kindness, you may help them with their duties. Gada is a good man and will know where you can begin. Okay. There we go.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Ah, Stangard sent you to see me. I understand. I will not say a word to Sitheric on this matter. I have plenty of ideas how you can help in Stangard. Let us begin with delivering rations, performing the watch, and dealing with some of the petty crime we have been experiencing as of late. Please go and help the men with their duties. You will be of great help. So I need to help Gada give food, help Saber by performing a long overdue watchtower duty, and help Brinston with what has been stolen from him. So here's Gada.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
I suppose it would be helpful if you brought the men their daily rations, traveler. You can see for yourself how the men of Stangard fare when they receive their food. Okay. And we'll go ahead and pick up, since Brinstan's quest is here, we'll go ahead and pick this up now. Broken laws.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
I have an issue for you to look into. Someone took my rations while I was catching a little rest. And it's not the first time either. If you find out who stole from the stores, I will be in your debt. The thief must be brought to justice. Now, if you notice, a lot of the people have additional conversations, like who the real hero that is and what you do in Stangard. You know, like your traditional ultimate name, job, buy. I'm going to go ahead and skip a lot of that because a lot of that will become apparent as we quest and do our stories through here. You'll find out who the real leaders and who the real troublemakers are. And there are a couple other quests we can pick up here, so we'll go ahead and pick them up too. And why was there an interior quest marker here? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not seeing any quest items or anything to even look at. Okay, maybe it was just part of the. Maybe it was just part of one of the deeds. Yeah, it is. It's just discovering the houses, so we'll pick them up as we go. Discovering certain heart points of Stangard is important, so. Looks like this is the crafting area. There's a workbench, there's a jeweler, the tailor, the cook. Let's see what I can pick up here.
But the servants of the enemy are everywhere.
Finely woven Grand Master Standard of Hope. That's for captains. So. And then over here we can go ahead and pick up that long-needed watch duty from Saber. Beasts at the doors.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
It's been months since anyone has posted on any of the watchtowers. Men go out to hunt or gather most of our stores, and too many die on the way because they do not know what faces them. It would be a great help to us if you could just climb the watchtowers and look what roams Yorlsmeeg and the Wailing Hills. So we'll look out. You see nothing noteworthy from this vantage point. Okay. So we'll head down this way. We'll go ahead and pick up those stores. And if we see another watchtower, like right over there, we'll head up it and see what we can do. Because if you notice, it didn't perform the watchtower duty. You should climb the perimeter watchtowers and look out at the Wailing Hills and Yorlsmeeg. Far in the distance, you note rocky channels swarming with vile worms. Okay, so here's Sinrid.
What brings you to these lands?
You've been sent to give out daily rations, have you? Help yourself, and mind you, do not take too much. That store was meant to last us a month. Okay, there's the stores. Now I need to feed the horses. Just double check, make sure nothing else up here. Not these horses, I guess. Here's a skirmish hall, which is where you'll find all of the normal hunts. The skirmish trainers here, skirmish captain, mithril trader, currency exchange, and so forth. And there's the delving mission giver as well. Since we're at max level, for at least for a little while longer, we may do a delving or two later on. As I've discovered all these places in order to get the marks and the virtue XP and so forth. Here's the kennel. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. I was not expecting that. Alright, so I guess we'll have to get back into game here real quick. Oh, well. That's always fun. I love it when it does that. Dogs like me, obviously. Ah, come on, clean up the old kitchen. There we go. Let's get back into game real quick. There we go. Jeez, there we go. We're just going to exit out immediately. There we go. Here's the auction hall. Legendary items store. Is this what I think it is? Forge master. See, I don't think I have any.
Welcome, my friend.
I have nothing that needs to be forged. I had to check. And a dog. Here's the tavern. Bard of Rohan. Here we go. Stangard rewards vendor and Limelight Gorge rewards vendor. Now, Limelight Gorge is... There's actually a heroic zone. What LOTRO calls a heroic zone. It's Limelight Gorge. We obviously won't be doing a whole lot in there because a lot of the mobs in there I honestly cannot take out. But what we will do, though, is we will check with the Stangard vendor. It uses silver and golden tokens of the Anduin. And let's see here. These are right... I am almost ally, so... Okay, ally stuff I cannot use yet. Sword of the Steady Mind would be nice to pick up. Axe of the Brotherhood Breaker, Might Agility, and shields I can't use. Friend. I still need more silver token. I should have enough. Why can't I buy them? Maybe I need to complete some quests first. That's usually what happens, is you usually have to complete quests first.
We travel swiftly, but we will aid you as best we may.
Muster. Guide to Stangard requires acquaintance standing with the riders of Stangard. Okay. Oh, I have Theodred's riders. Riders of Stangard I'm only neutral with. Okay, that explains that. And then crafting recipes. Wait a second. Here we go. Scholar. Great River Book Recipe. Requires friends standing with the riders of Stangard. And Tailor. Ooh, Great River... Let's see, Great River Armor Recipe. Requires friends standing with the riders of Stangard. Okay, so we need to get friendship with the riders of Stangard so we can pick up some of these special recipes and stuff that are here. Must be an interior quest I missed. Or it might be the task board that it's picking up on. Sabert's house. Okay, what is that deed? What other places do I need? The vault, Wada's house, supplier's house, and the abandoned house. Okay, so there's a couple more places that I still need, but there's a couple of watchtowers over here, so we'll go ahead and pick these up while we're here. This is a good vantage point. In the Wailing Hills, you see orcs and more orcs roaming the lands as if they owned them. Okay, nothing up here. And we'll go ahead and pick up Wolfwine's quest while we're here.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
You are headed west of Stangard? Well, let me give you a piece of advice, friend. Stay clear of the Limelight Gorge if you know what's good for you. I've heard tell of orcs and the like raising trouble in the Wailing Hills, but I assure you they are not half as dangerous as the monstrosities wandering down in the gorge these days. If you do head out that way, just make sure to check in with Captain Elgobrit. You should at least know what you're getting into. Alright. We'll pick up that quest. Like I said, we probably won't be doing a whole lot in Limelight Gorge because it is primarily a group area. But there are a few things we can do. think we'll come up here and pick up the last things we need, and we can go ahead and feed the horses that are up here too. The Rohirrim care about their horses. That is very much an important part of their culture.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Oh, thank you, stranger. I was hoping that since a new person was delivering these, perhaps it would be a bit more, but I am grateful nonetheless. He looked sadly at the meager rations she had them too. Ah, excuse me. Here's the vault. Expert scholar.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
Only up to tier 5. They need to fix that. And here's Wada's home. And I think the abandoned house is the last place that we need. I want to say. Yep, the abandoned house is the last place that we need to finish that deed off. Where is that abandoned house? Is it over this way? That's the kennel. Oh, hungry men, hungry horses.
Our mission is dire.
Thank you for... Oh, there's not much there, is there? No, thank you just the same. It is just that... I think it's just less than what we got before Sithric came in to make this things better for us here. Actually, I think I remember vaguely where the abandoned house is. And it's not here. I want to say it's over this way. We can go ahead and perform watch duty over here real quick, and I think this is the third point for the watch duty. Nothing noteworthy from this vantage point. Okay. That door requires ally standing with Stangard, and I think that's the abandoned house. So I won't be able to get in there for quite a while. Unless it's over here. Yep. That's what I thought. That's the abandoned house, and I can't get into it until I get ally with the Riders of Stangard. So it's going to be a little while before I get there. Okay, so let's head over that way then. I think we need to come in this way. This is where a lot of the stuff is that we need to work on right now. Alright, let's try this one again. Because obviously there's something in here. We'll just stand still real quick. Recover the stolen rations. Ah, there's Aethelif. And I need to feed... Oh, broken laws. That's concerning the missing rations. Hey, Billy, how you doing? Welcome, man. Hopefully you're having a good day.
What brings you to these lands?
Aethelif looks shocked as you show him the rations you recovered from his home. I am discovered. Are you going to turn me in? That is just, but I wish to tell you why I did it and ask for your help if I am thrown into the lockhouse. If you dare not steal, the dogs will starve. As their keeper, I cannot let that happen. I give them my own food, but that is not enough. I try to make sure I do not take too much from the other men when I steal, but I fear we will all go hungry. Tell Brinston I am sorry. Okay. He is guilty of stealing, but his deeds are honorable. Your camera makes you look a lot more pale. Yeah, I've got my light is up. I can turn it down a little bit, but then you say it kind of darkens me a little bit, and so we'll work with this. We'll see how this works out a little bit. Maybe we'll do that. Hopefully that's a little bit better for you. It's actually better on my eyes too. The eyes are not quite in the bright lights are not quite in my eyes. Here we go. And there's Wada, who we need to give some food to.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Does Stanrick really think his men will follow him if this is all he feeds us? I grow hungrier every day. It will not take it much longer. Of course he's unhappy. I don't blame him. Okay. Beasts at the doors. Perform watchtower duty. Okay, so I gotta hit the watchtowers down here to the south. On the other side of the skirmish hall. Too near Stangard, you see a den of vile, slavering dogs preying upon the lands. Okay. So now it looks like I need to head back up to the Mead Hall and talk to a couple of people up there. So how are you feeling, Billy? Everything going okay for you? I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll talk to Brinston. First off, we will go ahead and give him what rations he does get, and then we'll talk about the stolen ones.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Is this all? Curse Stangard for dooming us to starvation. I re-downloaded LOTRO trying to see if I can go free to play. Cool. Well, if you come back, unfortunately, it won't be on Angmar. But I do kind of have a mini guild that I've started on Peregrine. I can, once I finish my stream, I can pop over there real quick and give you an invite. I mean, it's there. We don't have a guild hall or anything at all like we've got here, but I do at least have. I think I have one. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I don't know. Now we'll go and turn in the Broken Lost. He was the one who had his rations stolen.
What brings you to these lands?
It was Aelwulf. He then explained to Aelwulf, who was using the food to feed the dogs of Stangard, who would starve without his help. I have noticed that he does show particular kindness to those dogs. There was once a time when we had food enough for all, sparse though it was, but nobody thinks of the dogs anymore. I will keep this incident a secret and even share some of my food with the beasts, provided Aelwulf does not steal anymore. Grudgingly forgives Aelwulf and agrees to keep the incident secret. So I have a bunch of quests to turn into Gada. Well, actually, who else do I need to give? Oh, that's right. So the beasts at the doors.
What brings you to these lands?
You must be jesting. You did watch duty? No one has done watch duty since Sithric came here. Please, tell me what you saw from the towers. Gada listens gravely as you tell him what you saw from your high vantage point. Orcs to our west, worms and wicked beasts to our east, and a haunted woods to the north. Things have worsened for us since patrols lessened. Now there was no hope of getting food from Yoel's meat without losing many men to the predators that roam the riverlands. Next quest is Broken Laws.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
It is not good that there is stealing in Stangard. This was rarely a problem before. If Brinston does not wish to take her action against Aelwulf, I will gladly let this matter drop. The food issue is reaching a point of crisis. Something must be done. And soon. And the last quest we have is Hungry Men, Hungry Horses.
The Rohirrim?
You brought the men their rations, did you? And the horses as well, I see. It's terrible. There is not enough food to go round. We've always had to tighten our belts here at Stangard, but things only become worse since Sithric came and involved himself in every aspect of rule here. Well, that just gave me 10,000 reputation, so I've become known to the riders of Stangard. As the vanguard pushing evil from the Mirkwood, the riders of Stangard look for any that will stand with them. You have become known to their leaders. And that also increased my LOTRO points by 5. And he's got a new quest for me.
With the Rohirrim?
Yes, the men of Stangard carry many burdens. There was hope that Sithric would make things better here, but life is harder now. Men are hungrier, and many leave and do not return. Those who stay carry more weight than ever. What is the thing so that you can choose what to loot when you activate loot all so you don't loot the stupid chests? Oh, I'm not sure. I just normally loot everything, honestly, and then I just deal with it later. I just find that's, for me, the way I play, that's easier. But I think that's under UI settings. I think here, always loot all. That might be it. See, I just enable always loot all so I don't get that little box that appears in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen. So I just loot everything and then just sell what I don't need. It's just the way for me, it's just easier. But I think that's what you're looking for, is always loot all. It's under the AI UI settings, I do believe. I'm sure there is a filter, though. If there's certain things like lockboxes and stuff you want to filter out, if you just pull up your little start menu here, it's filters, Alt-R. Like, for instance, I have the Traveler Steel-bound loot boxes filtered out, so I'll never see them. But I do believe what you're looking for is Alt-R. And as you find items, you can add them to the filtered list and then filter them out. Or either quests if you want, or sounds that you don't want to hear anymore.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
A logical appeal. I think it is time we brought these issues to Stangard himself. Come, let us seek an audience with him. Perhaps we will catch him away from Sithric for once. Perhaps we can make some headway at last. The situation in Stangard is growing too dire.
After seeing the many hardships faced by the men of Stangard, Gada has decided to make an appeal to the leaders of the settlement. What brings you to these lands?
Come, perhaps hearing of our unnecessary hardships from a stranger will make them realize that there's something that must be done. Stangard will listen to what you say. Sithric, on the other hand, well, we shall see. Things aren't always as bad here. We have a few men, it is true, but it used to be that we could get things done. Stangard, will you hear our appeal, sir? Stangard is beset with many hardships. Of course, Gada. You have my ear.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Stangard listens calmly as you share your impressions of the stagnant, malnourished state of things in Stangard. Yes, everything you say is definitely true. Perhaps there is something that can be done. Let us all speak our minds. Stangard's situation has grown dire. Our guests have seen many of our hardships firsthand. The men are so hungry cannot perform their duties. They are overworked. Our lands, once so carefully patrolled, have been allowed to grow perilous. It is true, our hunting parties often do not return, and our food stores dwindle alarmingly. Life was always a struggle here, but never so dire as now. As now? Say what you really mean, Gada. Do not mince your words for my benefit.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Nay, do not interrupt. I am waiting for Gada to finish his thought. You were saying, Gada? Things are worse now? Since what? What has changed in your view of things? Go on, Gada. Tell us what is all on your mind. I will say it, since you will not hear it. Things have grown far worse since your arrival, Sithric. The king appointed you, but you only thwart all of our efforts to improve things here. Gada, please, do not say these things. As you said, Sithric is here by decree of Theoden king. Correct, I am here because Stangard failed the king. You all answer to me. I am here to see that things are run properly. If you resist my decisions, then you resist the will of the king. And you will do well to remember that, Gada. Gada, your words are noted. Please go back to your post now. But yes. Gada, you will do as I say. Back to your watch post now.
What brings you to these lands?
It is well that Stangard sent that fool back to his post. Any more insolence and I would have seen to it that he was imprisoned for his treacherous words. Keep out of this, Hunter. You are not of the Rohirrim, and Stangard's affairs are no concern of yours. I've been warned to keep out of the affairs, but I'm such a troublemaker, you know I'm not going to do that.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Our hands are tied here. The king is not the man he once was. To defy him, even for good reason, would not end well for me or my men. But I have an idea. You are not truly bound by our laws. If you can think of anything you could do that would help us, you do have my blessing. That is all I will say on this matter. Sithra cannot imprison you, a guest, for any of your deeds at Earlsmead as long as no crime is committed. That is all I can say for now. I thank you for your interest in our hardships. Your concern is deeply felt. Great. That makes me feel so warm and cozy, let me tell you.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
How frustrating. If Sithra represents the king's wishes, I have no desire to be a subject of Theoden any longer. Our king was once a great man, but now... Gada gives a quick glance around him and lowers his voice. I must be careful what I say from now on. I think Sithra's men are everywhere. Agility? No, that's still way lower than what I need. So we'll grab the silver tokens.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Whispered permission. It is good that Stangard has given you leave to do as you will. If only I had that liberty. Oh well. Sabert and Tatooine are good men, and better yet, are not loyal to Sithric. They will accept your help more readily than the others if you wish to lend your aid. Help Tatooine to better tend the horses, and help Sabert deal with the threat of vicious dogs on the plains. Alright, so we'll go talk to Tatooine to help him tend the horses. A green expanse.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
As you can see, my horses are hungry. I am the keeper of the stables, but I do not have to take them out to graze. It would be too dangerous. Would you be willing to bring back some heaps of grass for them? Your help will be much appreciated, and I will not tell Sithric. It can be our secret. So now we'll go down and talk to Sabert. And then we'll pick up that quest. A growling menace at the gate.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
You've been given some leave to help me ease my troubles, have you? Well, I have just a thing for you. I gotta leave my post as the gate watcher, but I long to be cleaning the fields of the fanged menace that roams ever nearer to our doors. Those evil hounds grow bold. They don't fear us as they should. It will be a good task for you. Defeat the vile hounds at the fetid caves. Okay. Let's get buffed up and go take care of some stuff. Ah, there's a clump of grass. Oh, there's Kaliar's garden. Got to take care of the horses and get in with the riders of Stangard. And there's 7. Eight. There we go. They're going fast. And there we go. So the fetid caves are about 200 meters to the southeast. We'll go ahead and head that way. Pile of remains. This pile of gnawed, discarded remains could have been anything, possibly even a person at one point. You should examine the food remains as a vicious hound, see if any of the men of Stangard or innocent passersby fell to victims at the end of the dogs. I might be down with WoW. I don't know, because they are adding a premium currency. Oh yeah, I was going to go ahead and, like I said, I was going to work on it for a bit, but I kind of got bored. Shadowy. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Thank you. Got him. 2 more tattered shadows to add to the collection. Yeah, they've been making a lot of changes that I haven't been happy with, so I mean, and I thought that Legion Remix was going to be fun, but I wasn't having fun. So I just went ahead and quietly canceled my account. Maybe I'll try it again someday. So here we go. We'll pick up these branches. So those are the hounds that I need. And I can now return to Saber with this quest completed. Looks like there's a hound corpse over here. This hound appears to have been attacked by its own kind, a particularly vicious pair of hounds that has taken up residence nearby. Any creature that could menace its own kind so brutally must be a great threat to the men of Stangard. Ah, it's like two named ones, Gripjaw and Dreadgaze. Challenge accepted. And there's Gripjaw right there. And there's Dreadgaze. And then they're both down. As far as the currency goes, I actually kind of expected, unfortunately, something like that. I'm not surprised by it, and I'm glad it happened. Okay, so we can go ahead and head back once I take out this hound. Alright, we're clear, so we can go ahead and hop on this. So we'll go ahead and turn in these quests here. A growling menace at the gate.
Our mission is dire.
Wonderfully done, my friend. That was a kind deed you did for us. Hope they do not interfere with you as they do with the rest of us. And next one is eating their own. That was the one where I had to take care of the two named ones.
What brings you to these lands?
I knew those hounds were vile creatures. I cannot believe that any animal resort to devouring its own kind. It's a disgusting thought, and I'm glad you slew them. I shudder to think of such beasts so near our walls. And the last one is the remains of the killer.
Our mission is dire.
It is shocking that things have gotten so bad as this. We're hungry men, warriors, outnumbered by wild slavering dogs and falling prey to naught but filthy beasts of the plains. At least you have thinned the pack somewhat, my friend. Your work is deeply appreciated. And while I'm here, let's go ahead and open up my reward track and empty it out. I can claim the script and some runes. How much ancient script do I have? I've got 88. I can claim that, and then those are just regular runes, so we'll go ahead and throw those into storage. Okay. So the horses are up here, I do believe. Yep, there they are. We'll go ahead and feed the horses real quick. Alright, here's the last horse. And now we'll talk to Tatooine. Or Tatooine. A green expanse.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Thank you very much. That was a very good deed. I do not like to see these great creatures go hungry. Oh, wrong place. Okay, so let's talk to Gada. Whispered permission.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
You are an admirable high elf. I wish Sithric had the wisdom to see what good could be done here if only he stepped out of our way. New quest.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Continuing good deeds for Stangard. A shortage of meat is a problem of late, as you've surely noticed. Our rations are small and sparse, and Sithric insisted no men can be spared save the ones that went north to Thingolad. Wild goats roam the plains of Yorlsmead in plenty, and I do not see why none of us are given leave to hunt them. Perhaps you could do this deed while you venture out forth to do other tasks for my folk, could you not? Yes. So I'll collect goat meat, and then Saber wants me to deal with a worm threat, and Tatooine with a farming task. Okay. Probably to make more grass for the horses. Food for future days.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
I will tell you what the real problem is with Stangard. There are no crops, and no crops means no harvest, and no harvest means no food, now or ever. I was a farmer once, but I've been told to stay here and tend to these horses, day in and day out. If I was permitted to leave this post, I would plant until my back gave out. Here, if you have the time, here are some seeds. There are fertile enough spots in the plains of Yorlsmead. Sustainable lifestyle. That sounds like an admirable trait. And now we'll talk to Saber here. He has two quests, a Slithering Menace and Spawning Evil. So we'll start with a Slithering Menace.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you
If you
aid
find-
us?
If you find yourself near the teeming nest where the worms roam freely, you should hoe down as many of those menaces as you can see. No good comes of vile things being allowed to endure, and that is for certain. I can do that. And Spawning Evil.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
The worms of northern Eolsmead have been spawning unchecked for months uncounted, and without intervention they will only continue to grow in number. Their eggs must be destroyed if we have any hope in checking the size of the future populations of these vile creatures. So wants me to destroy some worm eggs while I'm out there. And that I can most definitely do. Company, and it's a shadowy. And he's down. 2 more tattered shadows. Let me check the map real quick. Okay, that's actually the way I want to go. I need floating names on. Yeah, I think the eggs are going to be over here. Yes, I thought the eggs were going to be over here. Okay. There they are. And there's Beast Slayer, 200 beasts within the Great River, and that's the advanced one. And that means I hit Virtue Cap again. 37, 37, 37, 37, 37. Okay, so everything's max, so where do I want to... Oh, let's just do Wit. No, that's, I mean, Zeal. Let's do Zeal. And the deed bestowed is the Slayer of the Great River. If I slay many beasts, brigands, Easterlings, orcs, shades, spiders, and huge enemies, and those are within the Limelight Gorge, 100 marks, some runes, 2,000 virtue experience, and reputation. Well, we'll see if we can get it. Like I said, that covers part of the Limelight Gorge, so I don't know if that's going to work or not. And there's 10 more LOTRO points. So we'll take care of some worm eggs while we're down here. There might be a named one I can take out too, which is always fun. So here we go, another worm egg. Oh, a backpack. Oh, I guess I'll just help myself to it. Ancient rockworm, here we go. Boom. And it had a quest item on it. You found this broken off giant fang as a reminder of the great battle you did with the ancient rockworm. You should bring this trophy to Saber to show him how large the worms are beginning to grow into the teeming nests. I can do that. And I still need 5 more worm eggs. Hey, Lurking, just wanted to say I always love the chill vibe of your streams and how you narrate the story. Thank you. Well, thank you for coming by, OOKSFC. Glad you can come by. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Company. Shadowy. Boom. 2 more tattered shadows. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the mournful to show up now. There's the last of the meat that I need. That's 5, so I only need 4 more worm eggs. And should be somewhere over here, probably on the other side of this hill. Or rock outcropping. Now there's one. There we go. Those worm eggs can be a little hard to find sometimes. Okay, so now I need to find the land to plant, and that's food for future days. So let's go ahead and that's going to be down there, southeast, so this way. We're near Parth Celebrant. Discover the Oral's Mean Tower. I should be almost there. Oh, I wonder if that's what I think it is. I wonder if both of those resources are what I think they are, and we can't see them yet because we don't have access to the next expansion. Here we go. Yeah, and I've just completed Yorlsmead Explorer. I found 5 points of interest in Yorlsmead. Yorlsmead is on the distant northern border of Rohan, a watchpost against the evils of the north. And I picked up a new title, the Explorer of Yorlsmead, and, most importantly, 5 more LOTRO points. Means I picked up 20 so far today. The Abandoned Farm. Well, with all the dangers here in Yorlsmead, I wouldn't be surprised it's an abandoned farm. I mean, look at all these vicious wild goats. And look at that scary red fox. I mean, seriously. No wonder they abandoned the farm, right? Yeah, this is interesting. If you are a farmer, you can actually use this land to plant on. Because I'm getting my superior farmland and farmland cues. Okay, so that's Sabert, Tatooine. Yep, so we can go ahead and head back to Stangard. So let's go ahead and gate or port back to Stangard, and we'll turn those quests in. Wait, which way am I going here? There we go. Had to get pointed in the correct direction first. Very important to get your bearings. We'll go ahead and turn in the quest with Sabert first. He has a bunch of them. He has 3 of them. A slithering menace.
Our mission is dire.
Well done, noble hunter. I envy your ability to freely go and fight who and what you will. Here we can only watch as the forces of evil creep ever closer to our walls. Next, spawning evil. That one's for the eggs.
What brings you to these lands?
You're indeed a great boon to Stangard, and I cannot thank you enough. And then this one here is that quest item that I found. Terrible Fang.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Saber gives a long whistle as you hand him the fang of the ancient rockworm. That is a fine trophy. You must have had quite a fight on your hands as you wrestle with this one. It is lucky this tooth did not pierce your armor before you broke it loose from its owner. Very good, very good. Now we'll go ahead and talk to Tatooine, since I went ahead and did that farming for him. Go ahead and mount up on my horse. Food for future days.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
You planted the seeds of the old abandoned farmstead along the South River bank, didn't you? That's wonderful news. Definitely the fools there would have had the wisdom to harvest it when it's time. No matter. I will find a way to gather that crop, I swear it. Your efforts will not be wasted. So we'll now bring the goat meat to Gada and let him know that I've been completing these quests.
What brings you to these lands?
I am hungry just looking at your burden. Well done, my friend. This meat will save us many empty stomachs. And what else does he have for me?
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
I suppose you've accomplished more by yourself in just a short time than all the men of Stangard could do in a month. I cannot thank you enough. Let's talk further, for I believe Stanric has a desire to meet you. Okay. You have certainly caught Stanric's attention with all the good you have done. But unfortunately, you have caught Sithric's as well. At least Stanric wants to thank you personally, away from the eyes and ears of Theoden King's envoy. Stanric, the leader of Stangard, grows inspired by the changes you have brought about for his crippled settlement.
Our mission is dire.
Stanric wishes to speak with you in private. He is inside of his house now. Go on. There's little time. Unfriendly eyes are all around us.
What brings you to these lands?
My men have been coming to thank me for the various good deeds you have done for them, traveler. Please, tell me how you were able to do so much for us, for wish to continue this trend after you leave. You tell Stanric about the good you were able to do with little effort, free of the restrictions of politics. I see. We've always been few in number here at Stangard. Things have been hard, but the men and the beasts of this outpost have never been starved. Sithric was sent by Theoden King to oversee Stangard, but since then, things have grown worse. He came to ensure that this distant outpost was to provide adequate protection at Rohan's edge. But he thwarts all that we could do to be effective. You have done more for us since your arrival than Sithric has let us do in a month. The men begin to hate me, but I cannot blame them. I do not stand up for them as I should. I have been too afraid of going against the wishes of the king. But I am not afraid anymore. I see what is right.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Come with me. It is high time for a change.
Aid the Horse Lords.
Sithric has his eyes on us already. He grows suspicious whenever anyone he deems dangerous to his cause leaves his sight for too long. Come, let us deal with this now. What is the meaning of this, Stanric? What is this secret conference? There are no secrets, Sithric. I have no wish to avoid you. No? Then why do you and Shantranta not speak openly? Oh, worry not. I will be forthcoming now. She has done more for our outpost with 2 hands only. Gone are the days when I feared my king so much that my men could starve at his bidding. Never again shall the edges of Rohan be allowed to grow feral, while we sit here with our hands bound. You will defy me, the envoy of Theoden King? Indeed I will, when your objections are nonsense. If my eyes see true, it is almost as if you strive to see Stangard fall into ruins, Sithric. How dare you imply... Why... The king will hear this insolence. Sithric is enraged at Stanric's new defiance, but Stanric is determined to be strong. Problem is I don't want to give up on WoW. I just want the epic version for Midnight, and you've got the premium my dad. Yeah. Yeah, that I can understand. I would just play what you can. I mean, I really don't know what to say, but yeah, I would definitely be with what you've mentioned. I would be a little bit concerned too. Do you get any of that premium currency for the sub that your dad bought?
What business have you
Cedric does not seem happy with my newfound zeal, eh? No matter. I endeavor to do all that you did and more to get Stangard back on its feet. Cedric can go rot for all I care. You're welcome in Stangard any time, but I'll venture to say that your work here is done. Come, let us retire for now. Talking and thinking are more exhausting than a day's labor when such heavy topics are underway.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
You inspire Cedric beyond anything I could have done, my friend. I think things will be different around here now. Cedric will no longer share in the leadership of Stangard, and we'll be able to fend for ourselves without interference again. Well, that's good. Yeah, none of these boots I'm going to want.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
The Stone of Friendship. There's another matter outside of Stangard which could use your attention. Are you familiar with the Stone of Friendship, the Kuthstan? It is a large stone monument at the Wailing Hills to the west, dedicated to the alliance of men of Gondor and Eorlingus at the victory of the Battle of the Field of Celebrant. This memorial has fallen under some ruler, with unseen culprits removing a section of the statue. Men have been dispatched and have set up camp to keep watch for vandals, in the event they should return. Go there now and speak with Lambert, sergeant at the outpost, and see what can be done to aid him in his task. And it looks like we're heading off to the west. And it looks like there's another campsite there. But it's not that far away, so I'm not going to worry too much about binding anything. Here we go. Alright, here we are. We're coming up to it. And here we are. You've discovered the Kuthstan. And there's Lambert. And I'm also supposed to find... Search for the missing woman northwest of Stangard near Firthston's camp in the Wailing Hills. Okay. And there's a campsite fire too if I want to bind. The Stone of Friendship.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Welcome to the Kuthstan, friend. I am Lambert, the sergeant of this camp. My men have been guarding the statue from further harm after we discovered that a band of the mountain orcs appears to be responsible for the damage. You're welcome to stay and help us, so long as you do not put anyone in needless danger. And that just started a deed queen quest within the Wailing Hills. Oh, I need 2 more quests within Yorlsmead to complete the quest of Yorlsmead. So the first one is taking arms.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
How does one lead a company of soldiers when you cannot keep them armed? We have not enough arms to go around, yet still my request to Stangard for new supplies is denied. I fear we must take this matter upon ourselves. My scouts report that many of the orcs in this region are carrying blades which would be suitable for our use. I ask that you collect the swords from the fallen orcs and return them to me here. Ensuring that we are well equipped is of utmost importance. Okay. And threatening the Vandals.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
I assure you that the wretched orcs responsible for damaging the Kuthstan pose no further threat. They seem wholly disorganized. We are simply here to protect the statue. That is what we will do. Their intrusion upon our lands from their caves in the mountains, however, has become quite bothersome. I wager that if you were to thin their numbers a bit, they would feel threatened enough to retreat back. Into their holes. So once we defeat Ninkai sentries, skirmishers, and ravagers. And Ithamar has a quest for me.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
The missing trinket. Welcome to our camp. I understand that Lambert has explained our situation to you. Dealing with these encroaching orcs is frightening. Many years it has been since they wandered openly outside of their caves. During our last patrol, we encountered a small party of orcs waiting in ambush just southwest of the road. We managed to wound a few of them and escape, but in the skirmish I dropped a small trinket. It may not be worth much silver, but it has a personal value, and I miss it dearly. I have orders not to leave the camp, but would you be willing to search for it on my behalf? It would mean a great deal to me. And I think that's everything. And over here to our right is the entranceway to Limelight Gorge. So we'll go ahead and pick up the stable master.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
And here's Agelbrit, who I needed to talk to for the quest, the Limelight Gorge.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
What is that? You want to explore the gorge? That is a folly, and then some, unless you plan to lead a whole company of stalwarts with you. But I see in your eyes that you are not the sort to be easily dissuaded. Well, do not blame me when some troll uses you for a football, or a spider the size of a horse has you dangling as a snack in its larder. Tell me, did men of Stangard put you up to this? Because if they did, it is not funny anymore. 3 lads this week alone have gone down there trying to prove their worth, and that will be the last we see of them. Enough is enough. But I will tell you what. You go talk to Sighelm over there. He has a tale or two to tell you about the gorge back before we shot patrols down into it.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
The gorge? Oh, I've been down there many times. Not much so in the last couple of years, but we used to patrol it regularly. Pretty place, really, but it's always been a bit queer. Strange things there. I would swear that the trees had moved from one patrol to the next, and some boulder had shifted its face north, or all the birds would suddenly get all quiet in the middle of a midsummer's day. That was before those great cursed trolls arrived, of course. They crawled up out of the rocks, or down from the mountains. I cannot say which, but a handful even for a band of men. Fortunately, they do not much like the sun. It has been overcast out of the gorge a lot lately, but they are still too scared of it to wander as far from their caves as Stangard, so that is a blessing. It was after the trolls arrived that we saw something that really gave my men a nasty turn. We were watching from a safe distance when those great brutes was lumbering along when it took a swing at some old fir tree, and the accursed thing came alive. Vines and branches wrapped up around the troll, and there was as much to do as we had never seen. We had not been imagining that the trees down there wander about. They do walk, you see, and they had been watching us all these years. That was the last patrol we did down there, and you could not pay any of us to go back down there again. Interesting. And the Limelight Gorge.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
So, do you still want to head down there? It is your life to lose, I suppose. And a new deed bestowed, completing quests within the Limelight Gorge. And there's a 20 marker for that. And he gives me 3 of them right here. So the first one is called Forest Roots.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
A few days ago, we saw a pair of elves headed down into the gorge under the cover of darkness. They did not seem to be trying to hide, but by the time we noticed them, they were already well past us. We did not dare go after them. The way they were dressed, I would say they had been the servants of the sorceress of the Golden Woods to the north. I have no idea why they would come down here, though. As long as they stay away from Stangard, I have much mind to interfere with them. Still, it is my duty to keep an eye on what's going on down there, so if you happen upon them and survive, I'd be interested to know what those two are up to. Okay. The Limelight Mill.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Something you look into while you're down in the gorge is the band of dwarves that headed down there about a week ago. You see, there's an old sawmill in the gorge along the river, and it's been abandoned for a few years now because of the troubles at the gorge. These dwarves heard about the sawmill, and their eyes lit up. With greed, no doubt. They believed they were just the sort to get it working and do business up in Stangard from it. Well, fine enough endeavor if the gorge were not crawling with all manner of dwarf-devouring beasts. I don't guess that the trees themselves would be too kindly to folk trying to run a sawmill, either. Now I think of it. Anyway, you should run into the dwarves, and they're still alive. See if you can convince them to come up out of there. It's not much worth their lives to get a simple mill up and running. If they are dead, well, I would be obliged if you let us know. Not much we can do, but I like to keep track of such things. And if you notice, a lot of these quests that I'm picking up now are small fellowship. I don't know how far I'll be able to complete them. I'm willing to risk it. You know what they say, risk it for the biscuit. And the last quest is the Prospector's Shack.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
We had a small band of prospectors and fortune hunters pass through Stangard about a month or so ago. They brought some old dwarf-made prospectors map to the gorge. Must have been 20 years old or more, if it was not fraudulent. They wanted to head down into the gorge and investigate the old prospecting sites. We told them not to waste their time, but I guess they've already spent so much coin on that fool's map, they insist on heading down there all the same. For the first week or so, they got along all right, set up some sort of camp, and a few runs into town for supplies, but we heard nothing from them recently. It had been a while, and I don't have high hope that you will find them alive, but if you can find out what happened to them, it would take some weight off of my mind. Alright, let's try it. Let's head into the gorge for a little bit and see what sort of trouble we can get into. So far, so good. I think we better buff up. I think I'm going to pull out a +5 hope. It'll last an hour and a half. But that +5 hope is going to increase my morale and increase my damage dealt. And there's now a Spider Slayer deed. It looks like it's a 100-200. 60-120. Okay, that's good. Here's Frithistan's camp. This is where I was supposed to hook up with a tall woman stands outside of Frithistan camp and calls for you. And there's Nona. Nona and Bingo. Oh, I'm sorry. Langhar? Who's Langhar?
I would advise you to avoid Stangard if you've not come from there already.
I bid you welcome, travelers, and I would advise you to avoid Stangard if you not come from there already. The men in that place do not recognize their own friends or allies, even as they have need of them. I am Lang Ha of the line of Bjorn, and I have set forth from the vales of the Anduin at the command of Grimborn. Orcs threaten the shores of the Great River, and someone must beat them back. The men of Rohan cower behind their walls and refuse my offer for help. They are fools. If I had returned to Grimbjorn with this tale, I'm certain he would send me elsewhere and leave the Yor Harim to fend for themselves. But the vales of the Anduin are not far from here, and any victory by the Orc here might endanger my own home, so I will help the fools of Stangard, whether they accept it or not. If you'd help me in this, defeat Orcs throughout the Wailing Hills. I am a skin changer and more than capable of felling these foes, but it seems the supply of them is never ending. Bingo stares at Langaha with both fear and awe.
We should help her with her task.
I have heard some frightening things about the Bjornings, but she seems to have the right idea as far as the orcs are concerned. Well, I don't mind slaying orcs. Company. Shadowy. Got it. 2 more tattered shadows. That makes 8 for the day so far. You're getting your flu shot tomorrow. Awesome. By the way, do you know if they're giving any of that special currency with the either with the sub or with the expansion pack that you bought? That might help a little bit. That was just a thought that I had. And being honest, that was actually one of the things in World of Warcraft I was looking forward to, was the new housing idea, but I don't know if I'm going to worry about it now. I don't know. All we know is the currency was data mined and Ocean was actually given to trying to... Oh, yeah. You know what? I will give people credit when they data mine things, but yeah, if the if they're starting to hide that information, that's not good. I don't really want to think a lot bucks. I'd rather get I need to find more orcs. I'll take some spiders though. Ooh, there's a rich deposit. You don't find too many of those. Let's go up this way and see what we can find.
One tile.
go. All right, let's get on my horseback. We need to find some. We need to find some orcs. Or spiders. I don't think I need beasts. No, I need to leave the goats alone. Alright, well those are the 12 orcs. And I still need about another 15 to 20 to finish off the orc advanced slayer deed, so we'll still work on that. Alright, well I can go ahead and go back to... I need to talk to Bingo outside of Firthspen's camp, since I went ahead and completed those orcs. Langkar, okay.
Longhaar helps those who refuse her help. Extraordinary!
I have seen more than my share of orcs by now, but we are truly making these lands more safe with each meeting, aren't we? It is good we encountered Langhar here instead of continuing elsewhere. She is the first Bjorning I have ever met, and she is not what I expected. There have been stories about her people even in the Shire, and many of them portray the line of Bjorn as being bloodthirsty and angry, more beast than man. It is true that Langhair has no mercy for her enemies and does not speak well of the men of Stangard, but I am moved by the realization that she carries out her duty despite the outright rejection of those it serves. She helps those who refuse her help. I wonder how many of us would do the same.
I saw an eagle in the skies to the north.
Very good, my new friends. You have done well to fight the orcs, and certainly better than the cowardly men of Stangard could have done. I too fought the orcs among the Wailing Hills. And I searched for foes to defeat. I saw an eagle in the skies to the north, and watched it descend into a stand of trees. The eagles have been on good terms with my people for many years. We should go to him and learn what he has seen from the heights. Such knowledge might be of use to me as I seek to accomplish my task. Okay. They're not too far away. Actually, while I am looking at the time, I unfortunately am going to have to go ahead and call an end to my stream for now. So I would like to thank everyone for joining me today. I think we had a great time. We accomplished a lot. We slayed a lot of Nazgul and a lot of things, and helped out the people of Stangard. I will be continuing Lord of the Rings Online this Friday for Fantasy Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific. My next scheduled stream will be this Wednesday for Sci-Fi Wednesday, and I will be doing Star Wars The Old Republic. We're currently working on the Knights of the Fallen Empire. We're up to Chapter 12. So if you're interested in those, please join me. And also, as a secondary job, I take care of the cat chickens at the house where I'm at. And you can follow all of that, and as well as follow these VODs that I post on my YouTube channel. The link is down below. If you're following me already on YouTube and you'd like to see this live, you can, because I stream these live on Twitch 4 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 4 p.m. on Twitch, and the link to that is down below in the description if you follow me on YouTube. So, I would like to thank everyone for joining me, and you know what I'm going to do? We've got a couple of people here in chat. I'm going to go ahead and see who else is streaming Lord of the Rings Online, and I will go ahead and pass you off there. If you will give me one moment, please. Let me get to where I need to go. Looks like we got a bunch of people streaming Lord of the Rings Online right now. But we're going to go ahead and stop off with the Questing Dad. He just started. Looks like he's doing Mondays on Angmar with his kingship. So, again, I would like to thank everyone for joining me. Please be safe, take care of yourself, and have a wonderful day. And I will talk to you all very, very soon.